We'll see if anybody gets on tonight. Matt, what's going on, buddy? I'm eating candy, waiting for people to get on. What are you doing? You're the only one here right now, Matt. You and my nerd gummy clusters. Oh, God. Don't be depressed. Are you depressy? Well, I don't think we want to air out all your bits in the public chat. Are you at home? I'm in the basement if you want to see some of your frames. I have stored down here. I saw some other people showed up. What's up, guys? I'm kind of jump into things here in a few minutes. I'm just letting some people show up and say hi in the chat. My buddy Matt's in chat. He's got some Christmas depression. Cheer him up. Need some nerds gummy clusters, Matt. That works for me. What up, Kurt? How are you? What up, Dan? Merry BMXmas to you. Ooh, send me a picture of the scapegoat. I want to see what it looks like. Have you got to pedal it around yet? Kurt, what are you doing? Is it snowing up there? I'm going to give it a few more minutes and then, I don't know. This is just a chill live live stream. It could be a live spring. So we'll see what happens. I'm just going to dig out more magazines to sell. I got a bunch of frames down here we can talk about. And I got a bunch of zines next to me too. So, and all my videos. You're not moving right now. Okay. Is it dry in Richland? I don't know what color. I mean, the clusters are just like every color. So, did I get a haircut? No, it just pulled back. It's pulled back in my hat. I need a haircut bad. Because if I don't, then I just start growing my hair long again. And then it gets annoying. So, I mean, I don't think I lost weight to be more streamlined since I got gummy clusters and Andy's mints. I've just been digging out candy that was in my Christmas stockings. This bag is pink. It's the pink ones. I didn't know there was a difference. I'm new to the gummy cluster game. What are you guys thinking tonight? Do you I was gonna dig out some more magazines. I got a stack of chases that I think I'm gonna list to sell. I kind of started pulling them out when Kurt was talking to me. I was gonna dig through some other stuff. I got a few fun frames here we could chat about. So I don't know. I didn't really plan tonight. We're just kind of getting into it. I'm not at the shop. I left the shop today. It's actually kind of a little busy, after Christmas, which I was happy for because this Christmas was pretty slow at the shop. So, yeah, I just figured I'd come here and do this. My wife's working late, so you guys are in my little dungeon. So, what frame do you want to see, Matt? I know you got a few of yours down here. I'm looking right now at Bruce Crispin's KHE. I see your Ron Kimmler's FBM prototype live wire. I got my solid prototype AA and one of my other solids down there, like a Killing Machine, KP Ripper kind of combo. So I'm freestyling the live stream. I for sure am. Here, Matt. Since you and I were talking about doing the PW Moto and then hopefully jumping into your live wire, I'll show you the live wire really quick. So anybody that's on the live stream, my buddy Matt, you've probably seen a bunch of his bikes in the videos. He's got an epic collection. Super cool dude. I think he works a little too hard, so he can't enjoy his collection all the time, but that is how it is. But hopefully we'll be putting this together sometime early this year. And this is Ron Kimler's prototype FBM live wire. I don't know the full history background on this. Do you want to fill everybody in on it, Matt, like how you got it? I mean, hopefully you said yes, because I can't hear anything. I'm just looking for typing. Here, I'll give you guys a couple up close looks. The FBM. Is there a signature? Yeah, there's a signature on this. There's a Kimler signature. I always turn everything backwards. So you can see the signature there, Ron Kimler, FBM. Did you get it from me? Dude, Matt and I have a problem where we've kind of went through so many frames, and I usually send my mid-school ones to him. Unfortunately, Matt never finds any dead school or old school bikes to send to me. You might have gotten this from me. Oh, there's a dead spider in the chainstay. You can see it. Yeah. Is it the one? Yeah. This bike's pretty awesome. I think these are a 20 and a half top tube. Kimler definitely always leaned towards, he came from like kind of, we're similar in age. So he kind of came from that old school time. So he's kind of was rocking shorter bikes usually. I think this is a 20 and a half top tube. So, yeah. So there's that one. There's a bunch of stuff down here I got to sell. Trying to clear out my basement so I can have room. I got a little gym I've been building behind me, and just a room for my magazines and more bikes that I can't have at the shop and my other little collections. Yeah, Ron's not super tall. No. Anybody that hasn't said hi, jump in and say hi. We're just chilling tonight. Zippy likes zippers. My verb to be a Ron, dude. Ron was peaking at Heroes and Madmen. That and I mean his parts in all those Poor Boy videos are super underrated. He come in with like super dope gaps. He just had an interesting way of approaching riding, and it definitely was a mix between like you can see that old school style starting to bleed into mid school, and it definitely gave him a unique style. No, see, I don't think you can see there's some weights back there. I mean, you give me a tip, I'll go back there and I'll do some bench press if you give me a tip. Other than that, I'm eating gummies. All-time low parts super good. Super good. What other frames are here? Let me see. I'll show you guys my prototype solid AA. So right here, this is one of the prototype solid AA's. This came out before they went into production. A few of the early AA's, I remember when they did these, a few of them didn't have integrated head tubes. So this one is an integrated one, but it does have a Euro BB, which they eventually came out with a mid-bottom bracket. And this one, maybe the first batch of AA's had these, and then later they changed it, but These had the Killing Machine dropouts on them, so these were super big. And I was riding animal pegs at the time, so I would just put my peg on, take the grinder, and smooth it out around that. So this bike had been a couple colors. It was blue for a long time when I had it, and then I stripped it down to raw, and I rode it with those antifreeze green Odyssey wheels when they first came out, like around 2009, 2008. So yeah, I know there's some solid fans out there. I love this bike. This is like it's damn near the perfect geometry for me, and I rode this bike for so long. Um, got an old good sticker there. I guess I could probably make some of these G with the wings now that GT's gone. If you guys have ever been to my shop, you know, I have a big cease and desist on the wall for that G. I have that framed on the wall. It's pretty funny. So maybe I'll make some of those G's with wings again. Let me know if you guys would be into that. All right, what did I miss? What did I miss? Yeah, Kimmler just dude, he had such a unique style that really kind of stood out from that time, from everybody at that time. What up, John Lennon? I'm assuming you're from Brazil. Hello? What time is it there? Kurt, do you want to see? I mean, you've probably seen that bike in real life. I have that like kind of Killing Machine, KP Ripper combo. I rode that bike for a long time and I sold it to somebody when I actually got this double A. And then years later, it came back to me. It'd been painted a few times, and the last dude tried painting it how I had it. I had it like red in the front to black in the back, like a bully. And then he tried doing the paint job again, and it was my buddy Gail who ended up with it after about 3 people. It's not quite there. I'd like to at least get the frame repainted and stickered how I have it. I don't know if I'd ever build it up again. They will still protect the trademarks. We'll make just some with the die cuts. Oh, if you guys hear a noise, it's just my gas heater coming on the house. But hey, man, hope things are good. I hope you're still coming up this way here soon. So wanted to get a Cutlass frame when Solid made those. Those frames were super nice. Yeah, that was close to the end of the Solid ones, but the Cutlasses definitely were nice. On the late Wasps, yeah. So I never had a Wasp 2. I had when the Wasp first came out, might have been that's when I first got on Solid. I hope that's not too loud, guys. Let me know if that's too loud, and I'll go upstairs and turn it off. But I had was it reach? Yeah, it was bad. But shit, where was I going? Oh, the Wasp. I had that. Dude, I would kill that first gen Wasp. I was working at Woodward East, and I got on Solid. Rob Jensen kind of put in a good word for me, and because I broke my FBM Angel Death, and it was Nate Wessel's one. It was the third one I think made, sparkly blue one. I threw it in the pond at Woodward. I don't know why I did that. And then I put this Wasp together. It was like milk chocolate. It was so sick. And then I sold that bike, and those are super hard to come across, those first gen Wasps. So if anybody ever has one, not like I need another frame, but I'd be psyched. But I'll show you guys that other Solid. I mean, come on. There a better gusset than this one? These are monster gussets. This bike's not that heavy. So as far as I know on this bike, just a look. So I rode this bike for a long, long time. And As far as I know on this one, and I could be, I mean, there's so many things like when you go to solid, there'd be, and I know maybe Aaron's watching, but as far as I remember, this is the KP front end with the killing machine back end. Um, the killing machine I think had a little bit bigger down tube. We did the same thing. We trimmed the dropouts on this one. Lots of cobwebs. Unfortunately, when I sold this to our friend and Ben's friend, Tony Sanchez, Super Ripper from the Beaverton area, he did tons of pedal grinds and just totally wrong way did in my chainstay there. And that's kind of a bummer, but I was super happy to get this back. I remember I put this dent in it. Yo, Red Dad BMX, thank you, dude. I hope you had a super good Christmas. Yeah, I can't do Saturday because my dad is in Eugene, and I have to go pick him up. He went down to my dad usually in an old folks home because he's just getting old, and he's in a wheelchair, can kind of use his walker a little, but he went and spent this week with his girlfriend. They were together before he had some health problems, so he went down and spent Christmas with her, and I got to pick him up tomorrow evening. So I didn't want to leave everybody hanging, so I figured I'd just do tonight. So thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with this, but this in my opinion, and I'm definitely biased, but this is one of the prettiest mid-school frames to me. And I think it might be one of the harder ones to make, with these flat gussets and stuff. Yeah, I definitely think it would be one of the harder ones to make. Let me see. I know I'm getting behind on some of these. Oh, you have his T1 progression. Zippy. Sick, dude. I'd love to see that sometime. Ben, I know. We still got to find one of your old bikes since I have some of your old forks, Ben. Dude, that brown color is the best, Kurt. I don't know if you ever looked at them that much, but when me and Chris here in Portland designed the solid Portlander, we tried matching that brown on that one to be what the original Wasp was. We called it milk chocolate. So, oh, sick. Yeah, this was just for my, I don't know if I just said it, but from an ice grind loop out. What up, Michael? Dang, you got two hip forks, both in aluminum, both aluminum anniversary frame sets. Sick. Now, the anniversary ones, aren't they like a quarter inch bigger than the early production ones? Aren't they like 20 and a quarter instead of just a 20-inch top tube? I'm sure one of these solids is the one. Which one did you ride, Alan? I'm trying to remember. Did you ride this one? Or was that after your white bike? Ben, yeah, look, we don't need to get into that. We already know. I actually that sucked. Shookem 69. I mean, I've thought about it, but it's so much work, and I just don't know if I have the time for it. In my head, I know how to do it. Our old buddy, if you're from the Northwest, maybe you recognize the name. Eric Walter works up at a Washougal Motocross, and they've kind of messed around talking about having a BMX track on and off for years. And how sick would it be to have a downhill track through the Pacific Northwest woods, all old school style? That venue could definitely hold it. It's just find the right person to do it, and I don't know if I'm the one. But gosh, that would be in my head. That would be fun. And the sick thing about it, even if it was in the summer, it wouldn't be like burning hot. Like I love Frogtown, but sometimes I wish it was like a half a month later because it's so hot. Oh, you like the stickers on those? Yeah, the little we had the little like heroin needle bugs and broken skateboards and stuff on that. Oh, sick, Rad Dad. Which GT did you get? Which color? You got a black and a pink. Sick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those the 25th anniversary ones are a quarter inch longer, which I think some people would be into. Maybe measure it out and let me know. Then Alan, it was probably this one you rode. I mean, I feel like you'd remember it because it was red and black. But this paint job, I mean, when you're painting it to be bullyish, you gotta start the fade down here a little. So one day I'll get back in this. I'm gonna throw this back over there. Rad Dad BMX, since you tipped, if there's a question or like I was gonna maybe start sorting some magazines to throw up on BMX Museum to sell, since I have I've sold a lot of magazines and I still have a lot of doubles. So if there's a magazine you could want me to look for to show you or anything, or I don't know. This is kind of an unplanned live stream. We're just hanging out. So oh shit, Ben. I'm sure somebody is. Is it a 20-inch or what size is that, Ben? That black one I think is the best color, just because you can do so much with it. Rad Dad. Oh, awesome, Michael. How nice is Jay, dude? Jay is like, I mean, he was when he was younger, he was definitely very intense, but dude, chillest dude. Chillest dude. Okay, I'll pull out some BMX pluses. One sec. Let me eat a little more candy. It's the holidays. All right. Here's one of the boxes. I probably got 30 boxes down here. It was to be the last color before the Retro World Tour. Yeah, so since Ben already said it, Ben was a designer at GT for a while, so he definitely had a hand in those. So any double issues of the 990? Which one's the 990? Eating candies is how I swallowed that bolt. Does not bring it up because I'm honestly convinced I swallowed that bolt. Oh, I do. I do. Let me pull out the BMX pluses. If I forget, remind me. I'm pretty sure in there in the zine box right next to me. Yeah, I agree completely, Michael. I'm just really happy that Jay just seems like he's just enjoying BMX, like just looking in and being a fan nowadays. It's nice. What up, Jeff? How are you? Hold on. All right, bye, Matt. Shoot me a text tomorrow. And then get that PW Moto shot up here. So let's see. What did I grab? You said late 90s? Yeah, we got some late 90s. Oh, that's 2001. Hold on. I know this box has got late 90s. 2000. Let's see. What month is this? February 99. Let's take a sneak peek. Before I show you, if anybody can remember who was on the cover of the February 99 BMX Plus, I'll send them 2 magazines. I'm going to give you like 1 minute. Du-du-du. Oh, sick. Sick, Brent. Yeah, Jay was just on one in the 90s. Oh, sick, Jeff. What size top tube is that? I'd love to see some photos if you ever want to send them through my Insta. It's not Volker, not Mira. Somebody just text me. Make sure. Let's check this. Okay. I mean, honestly, it's a hard one. I mean, it's kind of hard. He wasn't if like Jay Miron and Mira are A level pros in '99. I would say he's like a B, like a solid B. Did good in contests. Oh, sick. The Edge skate park looks sick back then, dude. Isn't that park still there? You guys saw it when I held it up. Don't lie. I know I was flipping it around, but yeah. But here, I should have been flipping it around like that. Oh, it's not in the same building, and they don't allow bikes anymore, do they, Brent? Oh, you son of a bitch! uh, this first ad, I remember I was kind of psyched on this ad at the time. Not that anybody wasn't ever psyched on Mira, but this is kind of like that era where Mira was kind of up in upstate New York, riding with the FBM boys, and he had that rail sequence ad. I always thought this was kind of a cool ad. I would have loved to have seen. I feel like sometimes with Dave and some riders that become super pros, they're on such a tight schedule that you just see them in a lot of confined places, and I'd like to see them more kind of just be free. No, just skating. And under 18? Is it like a skate church or something weird like that? Rad Dad, we'll figure something out. Just holler at me. And Ben, you'll be up here soon. We can figure something out. Is that what it says? Does it say shooting golf at 9? Rails at 12? I mean, it's definitely got him shooting golf. Ooh, the Sean Emery photo. I mean, yes, it's got a text, but the Sean Emery photo is kind of sick, dude. I think Sean Emery's kind of underrated. Definitely a fun rider. He definitely was a dude that was in the, had a good amount of coverage in the mid-school time, but you could tell like his roots were like dead school time. Let's see what else we got in here. Ooh, this Huffy ad is rough. I'm gonna skip it. If anybody wants a Mongoose Aftershock, they're on sale, $170. You can save $380. So those obviously didn't sell well. I need to open my garage. You do need to open your garage. I mean, if that's what you want. I don't want to, Matt, yeah, that he got rear-ended. And that wreck was very bad for him. I think worse than any of his other wrecks on his bike. He does have a sick table in Road Full 6. The price is wild. I mean, to me, this was kind of wow. This frame, it says, is made in the USA. I wonder who made this. Hold on, I want to see. I wonder if these were made at Cast. Who would have made those? Would have been Caston. Maybe Ben remembers. Ben, who was it that made S&Ms in like the mid '90s? I'm having a brain fart. Like BMP or something. I can't remember, but maybe they made it, but maybe Caston made it. But that's crazy that Aftershock frame was made in the USA. Oh, dude. You know what makes me sick, Rad Dad, is looking at items I sold on BMX Museum in 2010 and seeing that pricing and Looking back at seeing what you sold for pennies, that'll make you crazy. Well, I was wondering who made S&M because maybe that was the company who made this mongoose. So I'm trying to think who was making the U.S. frames back then. Maybe Caston still was. Um, yeah, I don't know. I know there was a crazy scene there for a while. Like, I mean, yeah, who's from Winnipeg? Isn't Jason, uh, Asado, is Greg Axford? No, I think Greg's from BC. I know there was a pretty wild scene there for a while. No, I heard those aftershocks died pretty fast. Ooh, this Matt Polkamp racing photo is pretty sick. Yeah, the GT drop nose. I mean, I'd say. I mean, I could see him going 170. The person offered you $400 is flipping crazy. But I do see him go from about 100 to 200 depending on condition. Could have been Caston. Chris and I have spoken. Yeah, I know there was another company too, and I'm having a super brain fart with it. So, oh, did you ride one of the rigid flatland bikes? Dude, how sick was Castillo back? I mean, he's still sick, but how sick was Castillo, dude? One of my favorite street riders ever. OG and Griffey. Okay, what else we got here? Sandy Carson on a medal. Too bad Matt left because I know he'd be sweating that at the Sports and Music Festival, Memphis. Sandy Carson's underrated, criminally underrated. Dude's so sick. The Sports and Music Festival contests were awesome. Both of those contests, the street courses. I think the first course was the sickest, but at that time, I mean, they just didn't seem like they just seemed so awesome because they actually were trying to imitate street. All right, what else we got in here? We got a clothing buyer's guide, and you can just look like how the kids are looking nowadays. Big pants. All right, who else? What else we got in here? There's some what the hell? We got some Jad cranks. We got some Jad cranks. Those are looking wild. No, it was parakeet hopping. Yeah, that we were just talking about it falling. It's called the Edge. I think the Jamie Best. I mean, those bikes, that Jamie was riding, and even the Dave Volker metal issue. Well, the Bestwick one had the straight top tube. I mean, I mean, it doesn't seem like a long time ago, but it's starting to be, and you could definitely. I think you could definitely do sick builds with both of those, especially since both the riders are pretty iconic. That is a great issue, Kurt. Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones, and that's when Gons was like peak Gons. Like he was just S&M Gons. Oh, chef's kiss. I agree with that, Patrick. Try and just see who. All right, who's this? Who's this? Ooh, Freddie Chulo tail whip. Gary Fisher. I don't think I've ever seen Freddie do a tail whip. I'll tell you what, though, Freddie at the Frogtown, he's wearing hammer elbow pads in '99. That's crazy. But Freddie was ripping at Frogtown at the race, dude. Ripping. So, what else we got in here? Oh, this is funny. In '99, there's a whole article here, complete guide to websites. Ben might remember. Can anybody out there tell me some of the early BMX websites for news and stuff. I'll let you guys think while I'll catch up on some of these. Yeah, that Edge Park seemed like, especially with the weather out there in Winnipeg, it seemed like just, I mean, it looked like you could have some really fun sessions. All that Jason Ends footage from back then is just epic, dude. That photo, and then post-hardcore. Do you remember the S&M ad with him just doing a massive tuck over that kinked rail on that double set? Dude, his bike right then was so sick. Post-hardcore. Okay, E-Wire is one of them. Let's see if it's even got the Pro Tile. It doesn't have the Pro Tile. What is it? Not Pro Tile. Whoa, Mark. Mark, are you? Whoa. What up, Mark? How are you? Was BMX, this is 99. I don't know, Mark, were you still at Plus, or you'd already, I think, already moved over to Ride? I'm looking at their thing. Maybe they don't have you guys in here because because you were competitors at the time. The four highlighted ones are eWire, BMXair.com. I've never heard of that one. Dynamite.com/BMX and BMX for Life. And BMX for Life's address is angelfire.com/FL BMX for Life/index. eWire is the one I remember the best. And then, yeah, eWire, I know Ben and Jamie McParland did PDX BMX. Was it SD BMX that Ryan Fudger did? And then BMX Online, I think came in not too shortly after. And I know that pink bike, I know it's a mountain bike one. I know that's been around for a long time. And BMX board, yes, BMX board. I have, might be at the shop. I have a BMX board skateboard that was our buddy DBZ's. RIP to him. But I have a BMX board skateboard somewhere around here. I don't think it's down here. There's some skateboards down here. It might have been, Kurt. I mean, I was bad with that website stuff back then because I didn't, and Ben probably remembers because we are neighbors. I didn't turn a computer on in my life till I was like 27. I remember John Bristol had to help me set up an email. I never took typing classes or a computer class in high school. It wasn't required, so I was definitely behind the curve on that. It might have been Brent Sprudy, Ben. BMX Air. I mean, it looks like a Northwest photo. It could have been Brent Sprudy because I know Brent was early on that too. Oh, sick. I never heard of that one, post-hardcore. I have milked a cow. It's true. Darren. And it was crazy about that in that late 90s. The Washington scene was so crazy, and it was so kind of clustered into like 5 different little scenes. So yeah, I mean, it was definitely a way different scene than we had in Portland and Oregon at that time. So yeah, let me keep flipping. I wonder if what's that website you go at that like remembers old websites? It'd be cool to see if it had some of the old BMX ones on there. What do we got in here? We got some how-tos. Got an Albies ad. SST Orig. Let's see if the address here is still the Baker City one. Nope, Laguna Hills. Okay. No, here's a 99 G2 Tour 2. So kind of, lower model than the Bestwick, but who else out there? I might get shit for this, but you know how things will be like really nasty when you first see them, like certain bikes, and then you kind of go back and look at them. Some of them say nasty. But for some reason, those curved top tube GTs, it's maybe because Jamie made them look so nice and Dave was just sick. Those have kind of grown on me a little. I'd never buy one, but I did have the metal issue Volker for a while and I sold it. And I almost didn't sell it because I'd look at it and I was like, do I like this bike? Let's see what I'm missing. Hey, I see there's more people in here. If anybody wants to chime in, I mean, we're just running it off the cuff tonight, man. But thank you guys for hanging out. If anybody wants to ask a crazy question or have me dig out a magazine, or I'm waiting for Kurt to pay me to go back there and lift some weights. So if anybody wants to tip, we'll do whatever. So, yeah, Ben, you know all this stuff. Building underground is sick, man. Wayback Machine. But they hacked recently. That sucks. That would have been fun to go back and look at some of that stuff right now. Archive. Hey, Patrick, while you're on here, can you see? And you were probably a kid then, but do you remember when the Goods BMX had the news page? It was just the Team Shroud page. Can you check that or see if there's any of the old PDX BMX on there or even E-Wire Zine? Curl the heaviest frame in the base. Oh, shit. Okay, let me see what the heaviest is. Hold on. Let me catch up on these messages. Pova! Yo! I've got, like, all the homies are here, dude. I'm hyped. Elemental P. Yep. Harrison's the homie, dude. Let's see. I love Def Grip, man. I know the magazines were kind of losing steam then, which I love a magazine, but it was fun when it was the blogs. You go home and check the blogs, especially when they're like really photo heavy. It was fun. Rad Dad. Yeah, I think a lot of people are starting to love those curved top tubes. Okay, champion. I'm going to what's the heaviest frame I have in the basement? Let me see. You know what it probably is. And Ben, God, we got everybody on here tonight, but we're talking GT. Now we're talking. So I have this, and Ben Ward. This is Bruce Crispin's prototype Diamondback. I don't know if these were like I don't know what the real name is. I'm looking at, it's the Decoro, which is because I have a production one. These are actually Ben's bikes. I just have all my friends' bikes in my basement. But this is a prototype one, and Ben, correct me if I'm wrong. Solid made this one, and then the other one the production one is a Taiwan made one. This is probably the heaviest bike down here. We've got a Salvation sticker, Diamondback sticker, Z-Ride, another Salvation. Bruce was super everybody was a Ruben fanboy then, but a Ruben sticker. We got a black Adidas sticker. That probably did nothing for him. He should another Z-Ride sticker, but this looks like it. These look like kind of like solid dropouts. This bike's pretty. Even in hindsight, this thing's kind of ugly, but kind of dope. So there's this one. We're curling it. We're getting out of business. I guess since I'm showing you this one, I'll show you the production one. Whoa, this one's actually a fair amount. Maybe not. Maybe it's about the same. Here's a production one. Decoro. Diamondback Manufacturing. The light's a little bright. There you go. It says Decoro FRS 0302. This is sick that you did this, Ben. See the slanted cable guide. But yeah, this is the production one. I think this is a little bit lighter than that solid made one. Comes with gyro tabs on this one too. All right, let me catch up on these messages. Totally get the scale. Let's pull frames. The scales at the shop, usually I have down away frames, but I don't have the scale here in the basement. My basement's like, my house was built in like 1911, and it's just kind of like a cement hole. And I just have all the things down here that my wife doesn't want upstairs, which I don't blame her. The production one's just a little bit different. Yo, DFLJ. Santa was good, dude. Look, I got some candy still for my stocking. No, Christmas was good this year. I mean, it was pretty mellow, but I enjoyed it. So that frame was what Diamondback paid me for. Oh, shit. That sucks, Ben. How many frames are in my basement? Oh, damn it, Mark. Okay, you're going to make me sound like a kook, but hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 18. Okay, Mark. I have 18 frames in my basement and 7 bikes. So, yeah, that's happening. I do. I still ride a Thompson seat post. And I just got gifted one from my buddy Wade Nelson up in Canada when they did the BMX specific ones that were a little bit shorter. And I think it had a little bit of different adjustability. He just hooked me up with one of those. I actually did a bike check on a pretty wild 96 PK Ripper he has that he still rides that I'm going to probably drop on New Year's Day. Oh, I had those a long time ago, and they were blocked, and then they just got unblocked. So I was like, oh, I'll post them up. So yeah. Mark, how many frames do you have at your house? I'm just wondering if you have any of your old bikes. I think when I didn't meet you, but I was at the 95 Merino Valley contest. I remember you riding amateur in it on a 7-foot spine, because I think you rode Stunt Boy. I rode Soon to Be, but I think you were riding a Big Daddy. Do you have any of those old bikes? Bruce is awesome. Dude, Bruce has been killing it lately. Rich Hirsch was behind Salvation. Yeah, Rich, Bruce, and Ben. '05 Decorah went for $40 at museum. There was a few at a shop up in Washington. I feel like there's probably some in a warehouse up in Washington, at Seattle Bike Supply or something. But this one shop up there had like 3 of them. They may still have some. What frame is it, Mark? Is it your bike you ride right now, or one of your old ones? Damn, Kurt, you're not supposed to air it out like that. Yeah, it's at Harvey's. Oh, dude. I'm so sorry to hear that. And is that down in Florida? Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. I would be devastated if that happened. So, did you lose any old photos of yours? Man, I'm going to tell you right now, Mark, your Instagram feed is so damn enjoyable. Thank you for posting that up. And I love it when you post up like kind of the stuff like it seems like right before you started working for BMX Plus. I really hope one day maybe you do a book, because I would geek out. I'd be so psyched especially some of that old stuff that we didn't see. Illinois. Okay. You don't have to erase that. It doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm just still eating candy, guys. Okay. What else we got in this mag? Trying to dig for Rad Dad. Ooh, this John Parker ad's sick. Or this photo. Dude, I'm going to tell you. So, I'm a big fan of Dave Mavro's YouTube channel. And there's something at the end of this we'll chat about. I especially since Mark's here. This will be funny. I know a book is hard. Last winter I started pulling out photos for a book, and I know it's hard. So I know you have a family and everything, but it would be awesome. But I think everybody's psyched. Dude, Mark does prints too. So if anybody wants to see some of Mark's old prints, go to his Instagram. I'm sure there's a link in the bio. And get yourself a dope ass photo for the house. I don't remember what I was about to say. Oh, John Parker. And back me up if Pova or Losi. Does it seem like John Parker just like appeared in 92, 93? Like I feel like he never was at two hip or I was never at the contest either, but coverage wise for how good he was, I don't think it felt like he was ever at the two hip contests or AFAs. I feel like he just showed up at like an Oklahoma BS contest and it was like, hey, I'm pro for GT and I'm just killing it. I mean, I think I know where Parker's from, but I could be wrong. Isn't he from Bakersfield, California? Like, it just seems he's such an enigma. And then when he first came out, especially how close he came to doing the Drano Air and just high five variations and, full ride on GT, it just, it's crazy we don't talk about Parker more. Paso Robles. Is that in California? I'm all the way up here in Oregon. So let me look it up on my phone. That seems even crazier than Bakersfield. Where's this at? So it is. So that's, where is this? So is it kind of Bakersfield? Dude, he is. Oh. That's even a weirder spot. That make. Yeah, so middle of nowhere, riding by himself 3 hours north of LA. Dude, yeah, and then did Woody Itson just find him and like, I feel like GT was good at that, like just finding these dudes and all of a sudden they're just like this dope ass dude. Yeah, I don't know. Parker's sick, dude. Okay, Mark, this parting shot, you didn't shoot this, but you shot a photo of it for Ride. And let's see if you remember. So do you remember the 1999 Oceanside B3 contest? When you shot the sequence of, well, I remember being there that day and there was that dude Atom Bomb and he jumped that big double set and he jumped it earlier in the day for like $8. And then I remember you were looking for him to shoot a sequence. If I remember this correctly, you were looking for him to shoot a sequence and couldn't find him. And then some other dude, Jason Culver, was like, I'll jump it. And that's when you got the crazy sequence of him jumping in double set and just dying when that dude Atom Bomb had done it earlier that day. And then I think if memory is correct, maybe 3 issues later, you went back to Oceanside, shot Atom Bomb, do that second stage firecracker, and then do this little wall ride on this ledge thing to firecracker in. Does that sound right? Not that I'm expecting you to remember this, Mark, because you went to so many contests. So Oh, that's sick, old Dirty Dangles. Yeah, all those dudes. I mean, shooting photos is dope. It's one of the funnest things. And sorry if that was just a bunch, Mark. Like you don't have to answer it. Yeah, I remember I was hanging out with that dude that day, and he all he do is talk about the Gons and how he was out riding with the Sombra crew. Um, but I just thought it was crazy. Like you couldn't find him, and then that Jason Culver dude stepped up and just got melted. And I think the cops ended up taking his bike. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I mean, I was just lucky to be in the right spot at the right time to even be able to go on those trips. Like, sorry again, my gas furnace is clicking on, guys. So, all right, what is this ad? Frost and oh, okay. Yep, yep. We got a nice Nyquist back cover, jackhammer bars. Okay, thanks, Ben. Yeah, there's a Frost Industries ad, Flatland ad. That's crazy that he paid for this back cover ad, dude. I know Aaron Frost was a sick Flatlander, so made in Colorado. Let me put this one back in the sleeve. Um, and then somebody wanted me to find. Shoot, I don't remember who asked. Maybe DFLJ or somebody asked if I had one of Jared Sony's zines. So let me pull over these zines. My zines aren't as well organized, so bear with me here. I'll just pull them out and start showing you guys some zines. We already talked about the cookbook. I don't know if he got canned or I I don't know. But dude, that Olympic stuff and everything, I wouldn't think too hard into it. I mean, that's some politics that I'm sure it's nothing Ryan did. I'm sure it's just crazy over there, dude. For Fridays, they probably were too controversial for the Olympics. All right, we got this Union Press zine. Oh, what else we got in here? I've got. Sorry, I'm just taking through this. This is sick. This is sick. Where is this at? This is a flyer for the Two Hip Meet the Street Finals here in Salem, Oregon. That Dave Tom gave me. It's got a letter on the back from somebody named Dwayne. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But how sick is this flyer, dude? I should frame that. Somehow I ended up with a Radical Rick autograph in my zine thing. Some old 90s punk flyers. What's this? I have to get through some newspaper clippings. Some old Portland stuff. Another newspaper clipping of Monty Hill. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get through this. Ooh, I'll show you this bad boy though. And bad boy, I mean bad boy for life. Actually, I don't want to say that. Ooh, no Diddy. That's a school flyer. Let me see what I'm missing here. I think the candy's got me so damn hyper right now. BMX, BM Can. I agree. I've seen a few people ride those old Nyquist frames, and you know they may have not been the prettiest frame back then, but they did take a beating. Did Salem have paved? Yes, it had paved streets. If you want to see that contest, I have footage that I think John Bristol's brother filmed on the channel. If you want to type in Salem Meet the Street. Meth and pavement. We did that you shot. So Mark, in that issue of Ride, it's the one with Rooftop on the cover doing the peg saw on the fence. Me and Bruce got our first photos in magazines. Bruce won that contest. And I missed qualifying in amateur by one spot. And I always give Clint Miller and Colin McKay shit because they came over from Australia with one other feller that rode for Dragonfly, and they were like three whipping the spine, bar foof on the sub box, and I missed qualifying by 3 spots, and there's 3 Australians, and all I wanted to do was qualify. But it's all good. I just like giving them shit. But it was an awesome contest, and I did get my first photo. It said ice pick over the Gator Gap. I did have my name, but I felt super psyched. If you ever find that, I would love to. If you could, I'd love to buy a print of that if somehow you found it. And honestly, in hindsight, looking at that, I'm like, oh, that kind of seems a little scarier than I thought it was. But I remember Bruce won that contest, and I think Rich got second. Adam Zapata ran into Bruce coming off a wall tap, and Adam's axle nut went through the down tube of his Mira frame, put a big hole in. He just had a hole in his frame like this and no back brakes, so he rode that contest with no back brakes. And I remember a baby Gary Young getting like 5th in AM, like super baby Gary Young. You better hold on to that, Rad Dad. Those 24s are sick. Hino did have a photo in Plus doing it. He did. Hino's dope, though. Break raw on a piece of that poster sale. Mike Daly. Yes. That's it. Oh, did Rich didn't enter pro in that one? Was he? You're right. Rich did get second. Yes. Rich was on one then. He was on one. He was ripping. Okay, what do we got? We got a AFA Masters catalog. These are like for the NAFA contests, or I think there's a bunch of these. Hold on. I'm gonna find that Jared Sony zine. Here's an old flyer for a jam in Washington. If you can see it, BMX is dead. And this was a jam at our buddy Curtis's house, I think in like '93. And you'd hand these out to other riders. Got some more of these. Oh, shoot, I found it. I didn't even have to dig that hard. So 990 right there, number 1. I think the only one. We got an FBM ad on the back. Let me set these zines over here. And premiere issue, number 1. We got a K-Rob photo with a Tunny intro. Who's on the cover? I'm trying to see who's on the cover. Oh no, that's not K-Rob. It's Pat Denny. Sick, dude. Who's on the cover? Oh, here we go. Contents. Cover Mike Paradise at Impact. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Who invented the... Oh, shit. Oh, you're asking me some 80s Flatland stuff that... If there's another Flatlander in here that I'm having a brain fart on who invented the Smith Decade, let Chum Slick know, because I'm going to get it wrong. I'm trying to figure out how I can do this screen here, because there's a thing where I can share the whole thing, to where I can play it, the video off the screen. And I'm hoping, I just need time to mess with this, because like I said earlier, I turned computers on when I was almost 30. I'm not the best at this stuff, and I haven't had time to really play with it. But the credits song just got cleared for Blueprint, so I want to upload the whole video and then do a watch along. I think that'd be fun. Oh, sick. I'll find the sound manufacturing ad. Hold on, let me flip through this thing. Oh shit, right there. I always turn it the wrong way. Yeah, I think this was just Jared and Tunney. Dick Mall's ad. If you're in the Northeast, go to Dick Mall's, support your BMX shops. Dick Mall's has been doing a bunch for 30 plus years, maybe. So, yeah. Jerry Smith, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Smith decades are sick. They're super sick. So, let's see. What do we got in here? Sean Rudzinski. I remember that dude was super sick. The Northeast had some sick ass dudes for that time. Who was that? Ooh, Keith McKinley. I like. So when this thing came out, it's like Keith McKinley, 29 years old. Like he's super old. I mean, he was there, everybody else. Oh shit, Mark Reyna, one hand T-Bog, the homie, helped me with my ramp. Yeah, I think my favorite zine. I mean, I'll pull some more out. I think Cookbook's my favorite, just because it just came out in a time where, especially, I mean, I was lucky to get it just doing an order from Trend at the time, but it just filled that void. I mean, I was writing and it just felt like I had nothing new to look at for so long. Who's this? Ooh, the Sean Peters photo is kind of sick, dude. Definitely giving you a good look at his Schwinn. That's a sick photo. You wonder if Brute can still do a Smith decade. I was just with Andy today. I bet you Andy's that dude. He probably could after like, you know, a month. Oh, you know what's funny? This is funny. So, this is like 98 and it's the X Games. And it has Castillo doing a nose pick at Sean McKinney's house. I remember I was at McKinney's that day and he had a big barbecue. And two funny things. That's the first time I met Pete Augustin. I got to see him rip the mini ramp, just fucking big old tape, sprocket grinds. He was there's this dude. What was that dude's name? Chris Reich. It was this dude named Chris. I think he was from somewhere in the Carolinas. He came over to the Northwest. He wrote a Haro Sport in like 94, 95. Maybe 96, 97. I don't know. It kind of all fades in. But I remember he lived at Burnside for a while. And Chris Reich, is it Chris Reich? I had to watch an old Infection video because he's in some of the Infection videos. And he had a photo and ride at one of the Hoffman contests doing a big knack over the box jump at the Hoffman Estates. But I remember one time I went down to Burnside. Ben couldn't maybe remember this. Probably in 97. And Chris was living there that summer. And he had this big bucket of orange juice, in a 5-gallon bucket with tons of bread in there, just like sitting up on the crow's nest. And I was like, Chris, what are you doing with this? And he's like, oh yeah, you get the orange juice in here and a couple other little things, throw that bread in and you just let it ferment and then you eat the bread and it makes you hallucinate. But Chris was there with Pete Augustin. So I had a little Pete Augustin fanboy moment. And then, yeah, that was just a crazy day there. I ended up like almost breaking my wrist that day riding the mini ramp, but it's kind of cool seeing Castillo ride that place. Sorry for the random story. I think I do have a couple copies of Tension. I'll dig in there. Castillo in this looks like he's riding a Nippon on the front. It doesn't even look like he's got 990s. I honestly want to say, I'm pretty sure he just rode Nippons. Oh, an Aaron Donato interview. Much respect to one of the OG female riders who's fucking so badass. And paved the way for a lot of the girl riders now. Aaron Donato's sick. All right, what else we got in here? Oh, we got a Dave Perrick. His little interview. Dave Perrick, old homeless guy. Hey, if somebody's new here, I see some more people popping in. Say hi. We're just hanging out, just chatting. So, just kind of keeping it chill. I'm eating candy out of my stockings from Christmas. So, how anyone did a Fufanier nose pick with caliber rakes was behind me. What up, Apocalyptic? Ooh, that's some classic Perrick style right there, dude. Dave Perrick's video parts are criminally underrated. Who is this? Oh, Ian Morris. Just flipping through here. Oh, there's a whole thing on E-Wire in here. Oh, shit. Too bad my buddy Sean's not in here because he has one of these. There's a Rigid ad with Wessel. That's kind of sick. That's an M ad's pretty sick too. So here you go, $9.90. Michael, any thoughts on the K2 shovel, the Chris Iman signature? It's pretty ugly, but I am a big Chris Iman fan. Chris Iman is one of the best trail riders I've ever seen in my life. I remember him jumping in the rig with us when we used to go down to Sheep Hills for spring break, and Chris jumped in. He had a Challenger then, just before he kind of. I mean, I don't feel like Chris ever really blew up because he's such an end-up dude. But we went down to Sheep, and it was a bloodbath. He was just killing everything. Chris Daci, yes, Chris was there before Aaron Donato, but both of those females, they are impeccable. They're both amazing. But yeah, I love Chris. I saw Chris at the Great Northwest Nationals last year. We were both racing, and I was super hyped to see him. But a K2 shovel, I mean, it'd be fun to build it up like a nice end-up trail rig. All those Seattle dudes all rode K2s. It'd be a fun build. Yo, what's up, Jeff? I hope your Christmas was good, man. Yeah, he's a sushi chef. But yeah, I love Iman. So let's see what else I got in this zine box that I need to organize. And Pelosi's still in here. Maybe he'll recognize some of these old ones. I feel like Mark was hella into the zine scene. This is Way Cool Zine. And this is, I don't know where this is from. Let me see if there's anything crazy in here. Has a picture of David Browning doing elephant glide. I don't know if anybody knows David Browning. I don't know where this zine is from, but we got, oh, it's Crystal River, Florida. So that's where that one's from. I have some crazy zines in here. Some of these aren't BMX ones. Some of them are. This one is Underground Railroad. I don't know what year. 89. So there's the cover. I'm not going to. Some of these are pretty delicate. Here's Tony Bell on a sport. Doing a funky chicken. And this is from Crystal River, Florida. Some of these are mine. Some of I've acquired from people. Yeah, I think I have a few punk scenes. I have some old punk flyers. If you consider like 94, everybody's got all their opinions on punk. So this is Welfare Zine number 7, and it says a healthy alternative to BMX Plus. And this is from Massachusetts. So if anybody's this is from Groton, Massachusetts. Let's see what's in this one. Let's see if I can find something good. What is this little? It's got a ad. I got a bunch of the orgasmic toaster ones, so it's got an ad for that. This one, it's got a thing on Pigpen. Pigpen Jam. So this isn't Pigpen from Seattle area. So yeah, there's that one. This one is called Welcome to My Nightmare. So if this is boring you guys, let me know. I can pull out a few more frames. I can even dig into the G.I. Joe collection. You know, we can do it up. So this one's I think one that Dave Tom did. VHS scene number 5. Welcome to My Nightmare. I mean, I'd have to really dig into these. I mean, some of them you can barely read. There's some photos in this one. Okay. Well, thank you, Rad Dad. I just don't want to bore anybody. I mean, I can dig out more frames. Yeah. I mean, let's see. We got, maybe I'll just start showing covers. I think this one is just a music zine. Hotbox, Anthrax, NoFX, punk zine. Got a few of these ones. Where are they from? This is Ithaca. I wonder who did this. Spewage. So I don't know who from Ithaca was doing these. I just love all the old stuff in it. Oh, here's the OG of zines. We got a fat zine, which is turned into, you know, the fat website and everything. Bart DeJong. These were always really well done. That's got a scooter article on it. Got some skateboarding in it. Some bios. So, Fat Zine. A Way of Life. I got the Wade Zine. My buddy Wade Nelson. Bike check coming soon. Welfare Zine number 8. This one I think is just a punk zine. Distorted. I think VHS zine, actually, now that I'm looking, I think this is Dave Tom's old zine, and then it turned into 30 Punks. Got a Josh White photo in it. Hell yeah. Another VHS. This has got to be Dave Tom's because has a, let's see who this is on the cover. It's got a scorpion on there, which is very Dave Tom, and I feel like that's him doing a decade. Yeah, that's Dave doing that decade on the front. Lots of VHSs. And I still have an enormous box of, let's see what else there is. Unfit for Society. Another Underground Railroad. Unfit. Lots of Unfit for Societies. Urban Cow. Where's this from? New York. Let's dig in. Let me get in here a little bit more. Oh, I have this Western States Imports, and it's like a distro from back in the day. So they send us to the bike shops, and this is like wholesale pricing. So Diamondback frame, $89, frame and fork set. Diamondback cranks, $26.95 wholesale. ACS Z rims. Is this a wheel? Yeah, full front wheel. $16.80 cost, rear $16.95. What else is cool in here? Oakley grips. Woo! We know the price of Oakley grips on the resale. $2.99 and $3.65. Whoop. Wholesale. Let's see what I'm missing. Castillo didn't have his own S&M frame. No. Yeah, Trainer and Mad Dog. I believe so, yeah. Pacific Palms, my man. Yes, they do. Kevin, Underground Hardcore site. So, Kevin, you know a bunch of these old, like the VHS scenes and stuff. Because I feel like you were kind of around right at that time or just a tiny bit after. 15 cents more for a cassette. Let's see what else we can get for wholesale. There's some mountain bike stuff. Araya wheel set. Right there. $53.50. That's about it for the BMX stuff. And that one. Okay, let's pull out more zines. We got Trove, which was from Bellingham. Riding is fundamental. Here we go. Jimmy LeVan on the cover of this orgasmic toaster, dude. Let's see what we got inside. Dave Frymouth, Joe Rich, Dave Smith. Orgasmic toasters were sick, dude. Riding Power Zine. Sky Stewart did do Trove, yep. Rot Zine. Oh, Terrible One Zine, number 8. Styling. This cover's crazy. Sortis. I got 2 of these. What is this zine? Just some weird art zine. Some punk zine. Oh, no. This has got an interview with Pat Joubert. I don't know. I'm sure Dave Tom or somebody had something to do with Sortis. Oh, here's Trove number 1 with Mark Toast Johnson on the cover. Let's see. Got the Grounded zine. Ditch Wizard. This Today one's got a sick little cover. Dude, I have so many freaking zines. It's insane. Kurt, you want to see another frame? Just holler at me. Tell me what you want to see. Give me a breakdown. I got to take a zine break because I'm losing my mind looking at those. Oh, you did Sortis, Kevin. Yeah, I got like 5 of those things. Newest frame down here. Let me look. There's some new ones. Where's it at? Newest one I got is this Colt that Corey Walsh gave me. I'm pretty sure this is the cover of the Dig magazine last year. And he was just here working on my ramp, or he's driving through Portland. He just pulled it out of his van and just gave it to me. So this is the newest one down here. And I'm pretty sure this, I'll have to double check with him, but I'm pretty sure this is the one that was on the cover of Dig in that super big bowl. So just kind of rusty, a little bit of black up front. So, you know what I like? Nothing 1 inch. I love 1 inch. Oh, I don't care post hardcore. I mean, I love zines. I mean, literally, I probably have over 100 more BMX zines I could go through. It's pretty crazy. Matt, no, the website, I got to talk to my buddy Alan that does the website stuff. It got hit and it hasn't been up for probably about a year. Um, it's just super messed up on the backside of it. Um, maybe this winter we can get it back up, but it's kind of a bummer. Yeah. There's still so many zines. I mean, dude, God, there's so many zines in there. Ugh. I have a lot of stuff in my basement. That's why I'm just trying to get rid of some mags. So if you're interested in the magazines, I'm going to be posting them up on BMX Museum like next week. I mean, I'm always selling stuff on there, but I'll get some of the magazines up there. So, all right, I'm going to put this back. Yeah, I've been going through a bunch of my old skate mags because I only need one box of old skate mags, but I have so many, and I've just been like selling off. I have so many Big Brother magazines. They actually get a good price on eBay, so I've been selling off like a ton of old Big Brother magazines from when I used to skate too. So yeah, just thinning the herd. I need a little more room down here, and I'm just more into bike stuff. So get rid of that. Get rid of the skate mags. Ray was ripping the 88 red line. That he always says that's his favorite one in the shop. And we were at the shop and it stopped raining and the ramp was just almost dry. And he's like, God, I wish I had my bike. And he's like, let me grab the red line and go ride a little. I'm like, go for it. So we thought it'd be fun to make a video. I did get those from Dave, Kevin. Yeah, he gave them all to me to hold on to and just keep safe. So I I mean, I'm sure I have a few doubles of some BMX pluses with viola covers. Whew. Um, I have a mess here now from pulling all this stuff out. Um, if you want, Michael, hit me up on my Instagram, Shad4130, and just remind me, and I will see what I can dig out, see what doubles of covers I have. Okay, Apocalyptic, what magazines are you interested in? I have doubles and rides and BMX pluses. I mean, yeah. So if anybody's interested, just hit me up on Insta. If you know issues, let me know. If not, you can just check my BMX museum page. It's just Shad4130. If you're into the skate ones, you can check my eBay page, Shad4130. All the fun things we do to make extra money when you got a BMX shop. I love the 88 red lines. I think it's kind of just because you saw Brad Blanchard and Pete Augustin riding those, and you know they were the RL20B, not the 28, but the 20B because it's a full chromo frame. I mean, it's their model under the RL22, but it's full chromo, has that ovalized down tube, and that frame actually that RA's riding in that video was my best friend growing up. We've been friends since we were 6, and that was his frame. He's since passed away. So that one's pretty special to me. The forks on it are mad sketchy, but I tried building it up to look kind of like it was Pete Augustin's or Brad Blanchard's bike that they'd been riding around 1990. The BMX buyers guys were like BMX software. That fork is, yeah. So the story at the fork on that bike, it is the one that comes on it. The Redline forks in the early '90s were like, uh, I would say the hard standard until pitchforks came out and some Hoffman forks and a few things. But if you got that Redline fork, it was great. That one had the kind of lower peg bosses. That fork bin was at Curtis Easterbrook's house, and it was wrapped with styrofoam and was on a tramp bike for 20 years, sitting outside. Um, I took all the styrofoam off, and the fork was pretty rusted. Um, and I've done a lot to clean it, but there's so much rust up in the steer tube. I just don't 100% trust it. So if I ever found one of those forks again in better shape, I would love to do it, because then I feel like we could ride that bike a little bit harder. Yeah, Apocalyptic, just send me a message. I'm pretty sure I have some. Um, I do have a couple spare issues of Ride number one. I have probably like 3 of those. Probably wouldn't be super cheap, but I mean, I'm not trying to charge an arm and a leg either. But if anybody's interested in that one, let me know. Yeah, Kevin, that red line's just right up your era, dude. You know what I'm talking about? Like, those red line forks were dope. That red line frame. You know what the sick thing about the RL20B compared to the RL22 is, if you broke your forks on an RL20 tube, that had a 5-inch steer tube, and you had to have RL22 forks to run that. You had to have a longer fork. So a lot of times when those forks broke, those frames just sat. But the RL20B, you could put any fork on it. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I'd say about 92. And what was their 25th anniversary? Was it 90, 91? Right then, it was about when Redline kind of stopped interesting me. No hate to anything, but it's just like, just wasn't that Redline vibe, you know. Did you have them on, what bike did you have on when I first met you? Did you have that Soul Bro? I mean, the Soul Train? Yeah, Kid Wilson, they did, but a lot of bikes had slacked, had tube angles. But the Red Lines definitely had a lot. The Bullies did. Uh, you know, I was surprised when we built up that S&M menstrual cycle, how slack the seat tube was on that. That bike's definitely more of a throwback Geo, even though it came out in the mid '90s. Hey Ben, I was a freestyle dork. I'm still a dork. I'm still a dork. Okay. Yep. 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 Um. Kevin, you're back. Are you back in California now? Or are you? I can't remember you saying. Are you still in Seattle? Or are you back out in Cali? About choked on that Andes mint. Yeah, apocalyptic. I think. Well, I mean, I like riding our bikes. I mean, that mini ramp we have is almost too little for me to ride. I can do a few foot plants on it. But yeah, we were thinking about bringing out a couple other bikes. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what bike we could do next. I mean, I guess we could film it on the ramp. Might be fun to take them somewhere else. I'm trying to think what I have that tires would hold up, or what I'd have to maybe change tires. It'd be kind of fun to take out that 1991 GT Aggressor I have and try to do a few things on it. I like the way slackhead seat tubes look. I mean, back in the day, they didn't bother me when I rode them. Michael Rizzi, that's the late '90s one, isn't it? They did some, dude. Yeah. Okay. Cool, Kevin. You've been down there for a while. Kevin? Do you still have a BMX bike? Do you have any of your old stuff? Chumslick, probably. Well, Ari. So we're working on a 20th anniversary goods video. It's raining. It's not like we're doing anything. It's literally been just dumping rain for days here. But Ari does want to do an edit. We've talked about it because he has that War Pig built up. He has a Bennett built up, and he has a 95 Homes, and he kind of wants to just film a little edit on all three bikes. Yeah, the sport at the shop is definitely, I like that sport. The Diamondback tail whip, Jeff, to be honest, that bike probably rides better than most one. I'd have to do something with that stem. That stem on the Diamondback tail whip, it's just a hair bent, just like you can barely even tell. But I'd hate to make it worse, so I'd need to change that stem. But I'm not gonna lie, the Diamondback, that's why I have it up for sale, and I really don't want to sell it, but I need money, and I don't know when I'll ever get to it. But that bike's geometry feels really good for the time. Yeah, I really hate how that bike rides. And it doesn't have to be me and Ari. I was thinking maybe get the Asado bike out and see if Patty could do a couple tricks on it, Patty Gross. Um, yeah, I mean, I have two wall rides. I'd have to change the tires on them. I've rode the red one I have a few times. So the two wall rides I have, the black one's kind of built like my first wall ride, and the red one's built how I had my second one. Um, about probably about 8 years back, we had an indoor wood bowl, and I took that there one night, and I was surprised I could do like I was doing tables like probably about 5 feet out on that. It was kind of weird after I rode it. I think my memory clicked in, and I just like, oh, this is my old bike, and it felt pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I just have to get some different tires for it. I need to get some of the GT 175s before they're all gone, just to put on bikes as riders because I always have like era specific tires and some of them are more just for like chilling and I'd rather put a different tire on for riding. John, RA's dude, ugh, he's he's good, dude. He's been good since he was a little kid, but he just enjoys bikes. I mean, uh it's crazy. You'll see him like do crazy street stuff, ledge stuff, grind stuff. When it was nice and my ramp was running, he'd be a backyard doing like rocket X ups on vert, then go to trails and kill it, go to Frogtown and be super psyched on racing and kill it. Uh, I mean, REA, his first pro contest was uh, simple session, and he got fourth. I think he should have placed a little higher, but that's a pretty big contest. I don't think the Olympics is just like a whole different thing. I think REA could ride in the X Games though. Tell me the bikes in your room. First off, an 85 Kuwahara unicycle with a Peregrine mag is nuts, Kevin. But I want to hear what bikes you still have left because I remember you always had cool setups back in the day. Oh, John, I didn't raise him. His mom raised him right. His mom is a super awesome lady, and she's done a lot for him. Um, and he's just the homie, man. Like I'm just super happy to see things going for him. Oh, I might have to hit up Flip at Albie's. Yeah, Ari just likes. I mean, I don't want to put words in for his mouth. I think so many people think like they'll be like, "Oh, Shad's got him like that." It's like he was into that stuff as a little kid. Like he'd always be like, come to the shop as a little kid and just borrow magazines or videos. I mean, he's just into he's into that stuff. No, I know, John. I know, and it's so weird nowadays too. Everything's just crazy nowadays. But uh, and I'm hoping maybe just one day RA can be a good mentor or good influence or inspiration to other writers coming up. I think a lot of the kids like RA's age and younger, I think there's about to be a really sick generation coming up because a lot of these kids, especially at the bike parks, the dirt jumps and the pump tracks and this and that, they're all more open-minded about what they ride. Where I think like 10 years ago, not trying to hate on anything, but I think maybe like during kind of the come up generation, there were so many strict rules on things, and this new generation just seems a little more open to things. Do. Yeah, I agree. Dennis and I think he could hang. I mean, Dennis and Garrett are on a whole nother level, but I mean, he is. He can ride all that stuff. Hey, Louise, how's everything going in Chile, man? Uh, how's your guys' summer going? You getting some riding in? Yeah, I think that's super. I mean, I mean, I know when I got a little bit older, I was always kind of looking back, trying to find things that I missed post hardcore. So that wasn't a goods web edit. That was just a web edit Ben Hucky made when Ben was making a lot of web edits. If you want to see that, you go to Venmo and look up if Ben still has it live. You go to Ben Hucky's Venmo, Vimeo. Go to Ben Hucky's OnlyFans, my OnlyFans, Venmo. This no, go to Ben Hucky's Vimeo, and it should be on there. Yeah, Cole Volker's not a joke. Max Vu, I got to hang out with Max at Frogtown, and seriously, dude, what a cool dude! Like, super awesome dude. Yeah, I think the future, dude. I think there's a lot of dope dudes coming out. Um, I get excited when I see all the dudes that can just ride everything. I get excited when I just see how awesome girl bike riding is. I I do wish certain things would change, but I know I can kind of come off as an old cranky guy too. Um, yeah, the Caden thing. I mean, he's from here too. There's a lot to unpack with that one, and it's not my place to talk about it. But it is a shame. He's incredibly talented, uh, but I don't know if we'll see him ride again. So, yeah. Do. Yeah, Michael. I mean, I'm 48, so I'm right there with you. So, yeah, it's definitely crazy. Definitely crazy. Uh, yeah, guys. I don't know. I hope this was fun. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit longer, but I hope me just chatting in the basement uh it's fun. I mean, I'm always when I'm home, I'm just down here trying to organize and make the basement work better for me. I mean, I have so much stuff. There's so much stuff down here. I need to get rid of and sell. Then I have like tons of like family photos. Got a ton of fishing poles up there. I don't even fish. I just have so much fishing stuff from my dad. Um, and yeah, I have a bunch of my old photos down here. So I've just been trying to go through and sort everything. Uh, I mean, I'm a nerd. I have like probably I probably have all I have too much money invested in vintage GI Joes down here too that aren't even displayed that I have to figure out some stuff to do with. I mean, that's ultra nerd stuff. So sorry if I just lost on the cool factor. Let me see what I'm missing. 85 Street Beat. Ooh, damn, signed by the old man. Dude, I knew you'd have some cool stuff. I knew you'd have some cool stuff, Kevin. Um, Portland does, but I think you'd have to wait a little. I don't have the time to do a second blueprint. I mean, that takes so much work. I'm trying to do this 20th anniversary goods video. And then probably after that, I'm just gonna stick to doing like little video projects, instead of trying to do a full length one. What were my top 5 best sales of the year? Uh, like day wise, like how much did I do, or what were kind of the best selling things? The best selling things, I'd say S&M Hoder bars, uh, Odyssey multi tools, um, S&M mainline tires. What else? I'm trying to think. I mean, any plastic pegs because dudes just mash through those things. Uh, What else I mean, Hoder grips. I mean, we sell Hoder stuff because Mike's from up this way. Um, and probably like Odyssey R32 forks. That sucks, Kevin. Let's see the Joe collection. Alan, you've seen it. Don't make me get embarrassed. I don't have an SOB. I never hold on to those. I had one Kink Fiend. I sold it. I've never had a solid Duke. I got an Ebco though. I'll show you. I don't know. This one might be Ben. I'm just going to grab the first one. It could be Ben's. It could be mine. Ooh, almost knocked the bike over. Ben, is this your? There's two Ebcos down here. There's one in like a weird gray color, and this is blue one. I don't know which one's yours. I mean, 20th anniversary should have some of the old dudes in it. Yeah. Vintage G.I. Joes. I'm talking like straight arm snake eyes. Like, I got a pretty wild G.I. Joe collection. I'll show you a couple things here in a second. Most of the guys are in boxes, but maybe I'll show you a vehicle or something. Hold on. Let's see. Do I have vintage fish? No. Scale 110. Dude, I was so hyped to see the Edwin grips. I'm doing an inventory at the shop, so I'm not ordering anything until after the first of the year, but I'm be ordering Edwin grips. You think the Hoder bars? I mean, are you talking about the back sweep or the up sweep? Because I'm a big one up sweep guy, so even the Hoders have a little too much up sweep for me. So here's an Ebco. This is a company out of Oregon. There's a few different models of this. I mean, iterations, but this is pretty much the gist of it. I need to build this up just because it's got Oregon history. I've got an Ebco sprocket. I've got an Ebco stem. I don't have the bars. I kind of think the bars are ugly. So hopefully one day I can get this thing built up. Kurt, do you have an Ebco? All right. What else we got going on here? I don't have a Fiend BMX down here. I don't have a Fiend I've collected. I mean, those are just kind of a little too new. I mean, if I ended up with like a Garrett, one of because kind of the way I look at my collecting right now is I've almost got a lot of the things except some super weird things that I'd want. And that I'd like to just get like some pros bikes to save for history reasons. Dude, Old Dirty Dangles, if you see chrome things, grab them because chrome is pretty much done. The regulations on it are too gnarly. Pretty much everybody's been done doing chrome. So if you see some good old rims that are chrome, snag them, forks, bars. It is getting damn near impossible to do chrome. I got a couple Storm Shadows, yes. Same. You like more upsweep? Yeah, see, I like just 1 degree up. 1 up, 11 or 12 back. Yeah, the offset cable guide. This thing's kind of weird. It screws in like that. It's really cool, but I'm always scared like if I lost it, it'd be hard to replace. They did. But if you see the older ones, get the older ones. The chrome's better on them. Okay, I'm gonna set this frame back there. Okay. Let's see what I got over here. When I'm talking, I got old G.I. Joe stuff. We're talking like this. So, I think this is 83. Most of my figures are put away right now, and everything else here is pretty dusty. Let's see if I can find something else cool. Yeah, everything's. Can I pull this out without breaking anything? Oh, shit. Woo! Not to keep showing you planes, but there's another one. That's how big of a dork I am, guys. Oh, shit. Yo. All right, you stay right there. Woo! That old plastic is fragile. Gotta be careful with it. All right. What did I miss? Hold on. Chrome Thunderbolt. Whoa, yeah. Just because they were cheap, dude. One Piece cranks. I don't know if Pova's still in here. They were good, dude. They were good. I ran One Piece cranks up to like 94. If you got the ones that said Chromo or the GT ones or the Odyssey ones, I wouldn't be scared to ride them right now. The thing that was kind of the weak point was the pedal spindles were smaller, and that's usually where you'd break that before the crank arm. And a lot of 3-piece cranks were junk, or they were. They're either junk or they were just so expensive it was just out of reach. Danny Nelson, expect to come to Richmond. You get raised in Ohio? I have rode it raised before. It was a while back. I don't have an aircraft carrier. I don't think I have room for the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier. Oh shit, I forgot about that, John. I don't even know where my phone went. Did I set all these? I don't know. I think I set all these zines on my phone. Ah. Yeah, the Takagi One Piece cranks are good. The hollow Takagis, I kind of was a little scared of, but yeah, the Odyssey Excaliburs were great. I'll have to look to see if I have hoist. I think I do. That's sick, some dude. Yeah. Any chrome bars, especially if there's some of the older GT ones. Rad Dad, I had a lot of Hot Wheels, but my grandma gave them away when to some kid down the street. I had them in all those wheel packages back in the day. Yeah, I probably won't have enough money to go to Rays. I'd like to go, but I probably just won't have enough money. Yeah, GT profiles were the first. My first 3-piece crank were the Haro Fusion aluminum ones. I ripped the pedal out of the boss on those, and I don't know if that's because they were a bad crank and it was too soft of an aluminum, or if I was just a dipshit 14-year-old and my pedal wasn't tight enough. But the GT profiles were the first ones I had that were good. I wish they would have came with a crank puller. They were a little hard to get on. I rode quite a few pairs of solid cranks. They were great. It would be cool if I mean, I'd love to come and ride some indoor stuff. I'd love it if an indoor spot would just stick here in our area, but too many kooks end up working them. Were they soft bin? Yeah. But the GT profiles, uh, I I I ran those for a while, for quite some time. Yeah, they're squeaky. You just got to get a little bit more grease on them. But I agree, they are a little squeaky. Did you have those Haro profile cranks? I do know which ones you're talking about, but no, mine were just the aluminum ones. They kind of look like the GT aluminum ones. Pova, let me see if I have that picture in here. I remember you sent that, and I glanced at it. Da, 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 da. Is this on Pink Bike? Except all cookies. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Okay, I'm not a big DX guy, so if you're still there, John, let me trying to see. So what am I looking at on these? Oh, is it the little squiggly line with the K10510? Is that what you're curious about? Yeah, Jad three piece. Like what was that? Like 1995 there that much. That's insane. Those FSA cranks were pretty good. My buddy Shane rode those for a while. I always thought they like kind of looked weird on his bike because I think he had a what do you have? He might have had a Sabbath with those on it, and they look kind of weird, but they seem pretty good. You snapped a power bite spindle? That's gnarly, dude. But yeah, power bites were just ripoffs of the GTs, a little better. Okay, guys, if anybody out there is a Shimano DX head or knows anything about this, Pova saw these pedals like on the Shimano DXs. You usually didn't have this marking, and he's trying to figure out what it means. So I'm gonna put it up here. If anybody wants to screen grab it and try to figure it out. So there's the mark that we're looking at. And if you look, these blue ones, which are the standard ones, don't have that mark. So we're just trying to figure out what the importance of that mark is, I think. And if anybody can help us figure that out, that would be awesome. Hey, if you're with Chad, tell him I said what up. I have to hit Chad back. It's just been the holidays. I know he wants me to come out there and help him with some bike stuff for a weekend. So if you're with Chad, tell him I'll be hitting him up here soon. Dude, Odyssey Black Widow's cranks were scary. And triple trap pedals, I rode a few sets. They were scary too. Everybody loves the T1000s with flames. I kind of, in hindsight, I can appreciate them, but when those came out, I was just like, oh, these racer dorks with their T1000s, you know, I'm riding Peregrine rims, blah, blah, blah. In hindsight, they're a pretty sick rim. Yeah, John, don't be scared to shoot me a text. Maybe I'll post something up on the Snakebite Insta to try to figure it out too. You know me, dude. I'm kind of a spaz, get a little brain dead. Odyssey shark bites are scary. Yeah, it's got to mean something. But I looked at the DXs I had on all my bikes and I didn't see the squiggle. I do remember I checked that. So, all right, guys, I'm going to stay on for about like 5-10 more minutes. So, anybody has any questions or anything or, you know, whatever, want to see anything else, just holler at me. If you were looking for certain vintage magazines, like I said earlier, just shoot me a message on Instagram, Shad4130, and kind of give me era or rider, and I'll do my best to try to figure those out this week. So yeah. Yeah, Odyssey had the fork with the matching front hub. What were those called? Todd Lyons rode them for a while. Yeah, the extra hub and fork. That's cool, Louise. I'm glad everything's going good down there. Hope you guys have a good New Year and everything, and get to shred a bunch here soon. I didn't ride the two hip stem fork thing. I just did a video. Bruce gave me his a two hip setup, everything on it that he rode minus the wheels, and it has that fork and stem on it. And I give some up close looks on it on the channel. If you want to go check that out. I think Ron still has some of those. You could try to reach out to him, and I'm sure he'd sell you one. Those pave the way for 41 thermal. Yeah. See you some dude. Hope you have a good New Year. Mike, hey, what's up? Yeah, I don't think I'm taking my bike when I go out there when I talk chat. I mean, I can't miss too much work just because the bike industry is crazy and I got to be here to make as much money as I can. But um I have rode Lansdowne before and I was so hyped. Actually, I never rode Lansdowne. I went there with the S&M team and I had a broken arm, but I was just hyped to be there and I was hyped somebody jumped the snake run thing. I'd love to go back and ride. I was kind of thinking, and this is me just being an old dork, because I've never been to Washington, D.C. I'd like to go there and just check out one of the museums really quick if I have an off day. I know you guys are fairly close to there. I might be coming, John. I talked to Dom. Well, I missed a call from Dom today, and I might be going down to that to help Dom set things up. I'm not sure. Uh, so I'll probably know more here the next week or two because I got to talk to Chad at Powers too. So I, I might actually do some traveling in January. It sounds like I might be visiting Powers for like a couple days. Yeah. Ugh, I'm gonna eat this last Andes, man. I'm kind of went through all the candy. Do-do-do. Mm. Yeah, I think sometimes people think a lot of the companies are way bigger than they are. Like when they think of Haro, they think it's a bunch, or even SM and stuff. I mean, all the companies that we're into, I mean, they're pretty small operations. The weather, dude, you're high. The weather is not clear tonight. I got to get a couple more lights. I guess it's not. Well, it's gonna start. I got to get a couple more lights, and then I think we can ride it at night. Like it's close to be able to ride at night. You guys are gonna have to do a live feed with just Ben and ask him questions. 990s do suck on the big wheels. I'll even agree on that. Sometimes just with the big wheels where they sit and break, they don't work as well. I'm trying to figure out the split screen. It should be coming soon. Some podcasts. All right, guys. I'm going to go upstairs and make some dinner. My dog's probably sitting. So my basement's a trap door to get down to my basement. It's kind of crazy. But my dog's probably just sitting there waiting for me. So, yeah, so I'm going to go make dinner. I appreciate all you guys coming out. Hopefully nights was chill. I don't know. Yeah, but thank you guys for coming out. Probably won't do a live stream again until the new year, but I'll post about it. But thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, if anybody has any questions, just hit me up at shad4130. And thank you guys, and thank you for the guys that tipped tonight. I appreciate that a lot. I honestly do. So, yeah, Old Dirty, Happy New Year, everybody. Please be safe. And yeah, excited to see what comes up riding wise 2025. I think it's gonna be a crazy year. So, but let's see who released the grease. I think I have released the grease. Yeah. All right, thank you guys. I'll talk to you guys all here soon. All right, bye.